So there was a company that was called Damguard, right? So they started or they launched, you can say, Dynamic was Exapta, a product with the name Exapta. So before that, we need to know, like, let's go to presentation first, okay? Then few slides. I'll let you go through some slides. Then we can discuss on these things, the journey of Dynamics, right? So basically, what Microsoft Dynamics is, okay? So it is an ERP, Enterprise Resource Planning, okay? Which is a process of managing all resources and their use in the entire enterprise in a coordinated manner. It is a set of integrated business applications or modules and support business through optimizing, maintaining, and tracking business functions. Okay, HR, financial, manufacturing, etc. What does this mean? Actually, see, this is an ERP. So the term ERP stands for Enterprise Resource Planning. So managing all the resources and plan them together, all the resources that are there in an organization and plan for them, right? So resource includes your software applications, your assets, okay, your employees, everything, right? Like you have to process the employees. If there are employees, you have to maintain their leaves, absence, payroll, their salaries, right? Apart from that, you have to run the business also. If you are in manufacturing domain, you have to run manufacturing as well, right? Manufacturing plant will be there, okay? Then again, for all those things, there is a cost involved. So for that, you need to have finance department, right? Then to manage human resources, you need to have HR who will take care of the calendars and payroll and other things, right? Accounts department to maintain the accounts of the company or the organization or the enterprise, right? So all these things constitute ERP, right? So earlier for each, you might have seen in previous times for each of these functions, okay, there were several applications required. Like for HR, the organization was using a different application. For sales, there would be some other, they will be using some other application. For accounts, finance, there was a separate application, okay? So all these were isolated. Isolated means not joined with each other, right? So these all were scattered. Scattered in the sense no one has any ability or you can say connection with other applications, right? So if there is HR, then HR don't have the capability to maintain finance and other things, right? So if you want in finance, if you want the payroll, I mean, you have to pay the salary for an employee, right? Or at the month end, you need to know how much salary have to be paid because it has to be calculated through the leaves, okay, the gratuity, I mean, so many factors are there, right? HRA, and in that month, is there any loss of pay also, right? Like employee was absent for more than, I mean, the specified days, okay? So in that case, okay, so the salary data need to be sent by the HR department to the finance department, right? Or accounts department, okay? So there was a dependency. But also finance HR department don't have any visibility or any knowledge about how the finance department works, right? So what they do is they prepare their data in their own way. Then finance department had to compile the data and bring in a common format that could be used for salary processing, right? Again, for sales, okay, how much sales was done, how much purchase was done or procurement was done during the period, okay? Then for that, or how much production was done, what is the cost, right? So these again for these there were different applications, right? So all these data need to be sent to the finance department to know the position of the company, like is it in profit or loss or how much revenue was generated. So these need to be presented to the management, right? So sales department, if they are using a different application, they will provide data in a different format. Maybe the purchase department's format will be a bit different. Okay. Also, there are sometimes like whatever that finance department is asking, maybe they will be asking for a specific thing that could not be there in the sales application or purchase application. It's quite possible, right? So these become challenge. Suppose they are looking for something that is not available in finance, in sorry, in HR or in production or in any module. The data they will be providing, it will lack those things, right? So this was very challenging task, right? So now in ERP, all these modules are clubbed together. If you see here, finance is the core, purchase, sales and marketing, manufacturing, inventory management, HR and payroll, everything is in the same present in the application, in the same application, and all these are modules basically, right? Purchase, sales and marketing, everything. So these are integrated with finance. I'm just giving a background about ERP, right? Then we will move to the technical part. So these all are linked with finance. So finance is the backbone of ERP, right? Because if you purchase something, there is some cost involved, right? HR and payroll, there is a cost. Inventory management, even if you move your inventory from one place to another place, items from one place to another place in the warehouse, there is a cost. Manufacturing obviously has a cost, right? Sales and marketing, cost is there. So everything is, whenever you do any sort of transactions in these modules, finance is getting, in a particular ledger account is getting hit, right? So that is why now instead of having different applications, everything is present in Dynamics directly, in Dynamics itself. So no need of dependency on other departments. Okay. If there is a finance department needs some, okay, now when it is a product in itself, all the processes are available, then why there is a need of technical? Technicals are needed for customization, right? Because this is this product will contain standard things only. But there are something like some reports or some processes that you are using, okay, which is not already present in the product, then you will ask the technical, or the user will ask the technical person to do the customization or develop the particular thing for them. Okay. And there comes the role of the technical. Now, suppose purchase. Okay. If the finance department asks for a particular report from the purchase department or sales and marketing department, right? So what they'll do? They'll ask the developers or people like us, okay, to prepare a report for them, okay, from these two reports in the format that they want, okay. Or they want the data from these two departments clubbed together, or there is any other requirement like they need for some MIS report or something. Then what will they will do? They'll approach the technical team, okay, and will tell them the requirement, okay, like we need these things, this sort of report, these and these fields, maybe some calculations also, okay. So please build a report for me in this format, right? Now it becomes easier, means everything is present in Dynamics itself, right? All this, the database behind this application is common. So everything is stored in the same way. Structure, table structure, everything is same. Table structure means tables are getting created, the way to access tables, because if there are multiple applications which are not integrated with each other, then you need to have resources for maintainability. You need to have resources for each of the applications, right? Okay. But here, a single person can do the customization for entire application, entire module, in fact. Because the way tables are created, the way to access data, the way to create classes, everything remains same. And the beauty of the product is like everything or data related to every department is present in the same data. So a single programmer can do or handle all the modules, means customization for all the modules, right? So this is the best part, right? Then modularization. As you saw here, these are called modules like purchase, sales and marketing. These are a grouping of actions, or actions means processes. So we have categorized or modularized like sales and marketing, purchase. So if a person is in purchase department, okay, so he don't need to explore or don't need to find where exactly the purchase form or purchase related things are located. Okay. It has been modularized. A module has been created where all the purchase related things will be there. Same for sales and marketing, same for manufacturing. And rights or permissions will be given to the person based on their role, so that a person who don't have to do anything with sales and marketing will be given the permission of purchase department only. So apart from purchase, he cannot see any other department or any other modules. He cannot access even, right? Same thing. The same thing has been present here, pictorial representation like the inventory, services, human resource, MRP. All these things are present here. I mean, same thing. These constitute ERP, right? And if there are multiple applications, then it's really tough to maintain all the applications, right? And if it is single application, then it's quite easier, makes life easier to maintain all the applications, right? The same application, right? So again, it is an ERP that enables medium to large business to automate and manage their global operations. It provides real-time visibility to support decision-making, forecast future outcomes, and foster organizational growth. Real-time visibility means as everything is present in the same database, so you can query the database at any point of time and you can see the exact picture, exact figure as of now on real-time basis. How much sales has been done till this time. Okay. And now Dynamics, this is a very vast product. Okay. If you can see here, has multi-language, multi-country, multi-currency capabilities. Means, and you can access anywhere. It means now D365 F&O is cloud-based. So you can access this through browser anywhere or from any part of the geography. Wherever you are, doesn't matter where you are, you can access it from anywhere through the browser, right? So it has a, okay, now what does this multi-currency, multi-country feature mean? Means every country, okay, has their own currency, right? Each of the countries. So it supports transactions in those currencies. Again, each country has, okay, and one currency to another currency. Suppose there is a business, a company that operates in multiple countries, okay, then obviously there will be exchange rate, will be there, right? Exchange rate means from one, say, you are working in USA and you are selling, you can sell product to UK as well, right? Import, export. So the business is big and both the countries have two different currencies, right? So multi-currency feature or cross-country currency feature is possible, right? Also, country-specific features means when you do a business with some other country, in your company, in your country, there are the tax features could be different. In wherever you are selling or in the second country, there could be their own tax structures, right? Compliances that you need to fulfill. So both countries have their different compliances. So those are handled already present in Dynamics. Like in India, we have GST. Very few countries have GST. So when you are going to implement this product in India, and the moment you select India, okay, while setting up the company, okay, or the application, then automatically the GST features will be enabled. If you are implementing this product in USA, then USA specific features will be active at that time, right? So everything is present here in this product. So that is why multi-countries capability, right? Multi-language. Suppose a field, okay, each field has a caption that tells us what kind of information it is going to store. So suppose you are implementing this product in Russia or say in Gulf countries, right? So their language is a bit different, Arabic, correct, or Russian. They are suppose some of the users they don't know English, right? Or they want the labels to be displayed in their language only. Okay. So what you will do, you will create labels or captions in multiple languages, and the moment you select the language, okay, or the country, automatic the label will be displayed in their language. And when you select language as English, the labels will appear in English. So this again is a best feature of this product. You can see modules. Modules, as we already said, these are the modules available like service, production, sales, and categorization. These are group of operations basically. If you go to sales and marketing, I'll show you the product as well. But before that, I'm giving you an introduction like what does this mean? Okay. So sales and marketing will have sales and marketing related things only group together. You won't find anything that is from a production module. Okay. In production will contain the access points with production related processes only, right? So these are groupings. Okay. Two types of implementations are there. That is cloud based and on premise. Cloud based means this is on Azure. On premise means you will have the product installed, Dynamics installed on your machine, on your local data set. But 99% of the clients go for this cloud-based solution because here the ownership will remain with Microsoft, but your headache will be least. Means you don't need engineers, you don't need data centers to maintain your servers, right? Everything will be done by Microsoft. Okay. If you have on-premise, everything will be maintained by you. The cooling, the air conditioning, okay, the wires, network, everything you have to maintain, right? Server upgrades, right? But and again, you have to have people of that expertise also, correct? To maintain these things. But when it comes to cloud hosted environment, okay, these are maintained by Microsoft. Okay. So Microsoft maintained by Microsoft means these are based on cloud, hosted on cloud, and you have just to pay the rent. That's it. And maintenance will be done by Microsoft only. So let's see about the journey. So earlier there was a product of DamGuard. Okay, it was with the name Accepta 2.5. Then came the version Accepta 3.0. Okay. Then after that, Microsoft took over DamGuard and this product. Okay. So Accepta, DamGuard introduced this product, Accepta. So the very first version was 2.5, then it is 3.0. After that, Microsoft took over DamGuard and with these two products from DamGuard and renamed it to Microsoft Dynamics AX. Microsoft Dynamics AX, right? Then there was a new version, AX 2009. Okay. Dynamics AX 2009. Then 2012. It has three flavors, three or four flavors. The first was, I think, feature pack, whose lifetime was very less. Then came R1, R2, R3. R3 was the last release of this family. Okay. for this product. Now Microsoft has stopped providing support for all of these versions. Okay, these all of these versions, and now it has introduced a new version, that is Dynamics 365 for finance and operations. So now the present version is finance and operations, which is totally a cloud version. Okay. So the servers are on Azure platform. From there, you can access the server. Okay. The application, and you can perform your development. So no need of maintaining servers or taking the load. Okay. Everything will be done by Microsoft only. Fine. Let me tell you. Okay. And uh, basically there are two things. Okay. One is like the functional consultants. Okay. And technical consultants. Fine. Functional and technical. Now, the role of functional is to talk to the user, map their requirement with the system. If it is already available, whatever the client is looking for, if it is already available in the system, then it will be a fitment. If there is any gap in the sense, if it is not present in the system, then that is a gap, and that has to be customized, right? And then they will prepare or design the process in the form of FDDs, functional design document, like these are the requirements, this is the thing that client wants, and this will be passed on to the technical person, like you and me. Okay. And then based upon the document, we have to design or develop the system. Okay. Design and develop the customization, basically. Okay. So that whatever has been present in the document, okay, can be present in the real application, right? If you have gone through the syllabus, there are so many things that are present there, but not all the things, because that syllabus has been prepared in a generic way. Generic way in the sense like functional, technical, everything is and mixed up, right? So we will take from those only the technical things, and something that is not required, those have also been prepared, because the person who has prepared this syllabus is not from the technical background. So they have just prepared generic syllabus, right? So we'll discuss in the live class, like what will be covered and what will not be. And if something is not covered, okay, then apart from that, some of the things will be theoretical, but most of the things will be practically done here in the classes. Okay. And apart from this, there are something that has not been mentioned in the syllabus. But as I am a technical and I have been working on this product for so many years, so I have the visibility, or I know what is required from, or if it is needed from for a technical person, then even though those are not present in this syllabus, I will teach them from my side. Those sessions will be from my side. You can say bonus sessions, like that. Because I know every technical should be aware of these things. They should know. Okay. Might be you won't be able to work on those things immediately, but yes, you will have a basic idea about what exactly this thing is. So if someone asks you about that particular topic, then you will not be in dark, okay, or blank. You will remember like, okay, somewhere I have heard this term, and and this is the purpose of this term. This is why we use this, in which case. So this is the syllabus, right? I am sure that this should have been circulated to you guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So see this one, introduction, architecture, comparison, these two versions will be there. Okay. So this is the theory parts only, right? Because this is purely theoretical, comparison and everything, right? Then application explorer, these will be, this setup will be theoretical. Rest these will be, this again will theoretical part, but these will be, rest of the things will be practical, right? Menus, these are totally,
Sir, sorry to interrupt. For this LCS, we need some deployment also, right?
yes, we need deployment, but it needs a live CS environment, which needs licensing. This is how Dynamics looks like, the user interface of Dynamics, okay? Like, as we said about modules, so these are the modules, okay, which we see here. Accounts receivable, payable, each has its own, these are modules or groups, you can say, like. So all the payable means purchase, receivable means sales, okay. Similarly, we have different kind of modules. So each module has their own set of screens or processes, right? So those are visible here, available here, grouped together, right? For sales, these are sales specific actions only or processes only. So if a user who belongs to purchase department, okay, he or she don't need to access the data of these departments, right? So he'll give or restrict the user to particular role only, okay? In that case, because I am having the admin permission, so I can see everything here. But from user point of view, the access should be restricted. So he should not have, or he won't see all these things here, right? He will see only this module. Apart from this module, I can further slice down the access. Means if the user is not supposed to create purchase orders or these things, the role of user is just to create vendors, then I can have add access to him to see only all vendors form, not any of the other forms. Because in an organization, different people work in the same department, but where they have different roles, right? Creating purchase order and maintaining vendors are different roles altogether. If there is a person who is responsible for maintaining both of these things, right? Then that person will be given access to both of these things. But if these are maintained by different people, then we can restrict again those users to have access to, user one will have access to all vendors only, and the another user will be for all purchase orders. So different person, different role, different actions, right? So similarly, these are the actions, okay? And this is the dummy data of Microsoft. We have a company called USMF where you can find the, okay, right? Now, accounts receivable, you can see all sales orders. These are the different, sorry, this is how form looks like, okay? From a particular sales order, if you want to see dependent objects or dependent data or something or linked data, then these are the buttons for those things, right? And this is our postman, right? So this is the postman through which we will be testing our integration, okay? Because generally, when it comes to integration, what happens actually? The thing is like they would also be having a, maybe the support sales order is being created from a different application, right? So this is our UI. They will be having their UI in a different format, right? Or in a different technology. It is not similar to Dynamics, right? It's quite possible. Now what they will do, suppose UI doesn't matter. The main thing is data that needs to be transferred from environment 1 to our environment, or from our environment to their environment or third party application, right? Both ways. So there should be a common format of data agreed, right? So based upon that, we can send the data to them, okay? If it is already available in our system, we can expose it through data entities. So what the data will be contain? Basically, it is in the form of JSON data, okay? That is separated by semicolon, by colon, means on the left side it will be the name of the table field or entity field. On the right side, its respective value from the system. So this is where, so user interface doesn't matter because this data is coming from table. So when it comes to integration, don't bother about how the user interface looks like, or how you don't need to visualize like what could be the user interface of third party application which I'm trying to integrate. Okay. UI can be different. Can be means it will be different, obviously. Because if you access the suppose if you want to integrate with SAP, okay, the SAP screen will for the same thing sales order, okay, the SAP screen could be different. Okay. Now I have the here link called all sales orders. Maybe in SAP they won't call it as all sales orders. They'll be calling something else, maybe SO or sales, only sales, or sales orders only, right? So, and their user interface will also be different as per the SAP standards, right? So, we don't need to get into how their user interface is. The main thing is how they pull the data from their user interface and transform the data in JSON and pass it to Dynamics. Same way, Dynamics has to get the data, gather the data from different fields, prepare a JSON and pass it to SAP or any third-party application. So this is the purpose of integration. So that is why if you see here, like create customer, right? So you can see here, this is a JSON. So data is being passed in this format, okay, to third-party application. Similarly, third-party application will also send the data in this format only. So as we have some standard entities then, and these fields belong to standard entity, then these are automatically handled by Dynamics. If there is something that is not present or readily available in Dynamics, those can be done through custom services by writing classes. If it is not getting fit in my or my any of the existing or custom data entity is not able to fulfill the requirements third party want, and in that case we create custom services. Okay, but the thing is we don't need to have user interface to test the integration whether it is working fine. We can test it through Postman, right? And this is our Visual Studio where we will be doing our customization. So if you see, this is AOT, it is loading. Okay. This is how the objects are organized. Like if you want to see all the classes, then you can all the classes, whether custom or new classes. These are custom or standard classes. Everything is available under this node inside this codes, data model, tables, table views, everything, whichever tables, custom or based upon the type, basically, what type of object is it, it will be visible under that particular node. Okay. And there is an extension framework for each of the objects. Like we cannot, unlike previous versions, we could have modified the standard object or make changes in the standard object directly. It is not possible here in Dynamics 365. Okay. So for that, there is another approach that is called extensions framework, right? So extensions framework may what we do is like we don't make any changes in the standard object. Rather, we create an extension of the existing object or standard object, and then we write our code in that extension class or extended object, right? So the standard object will remain intact. Okay. And our code, our custom code only will be present in my custom class or custom object. Fine. And so if you want to see the forms will be available because this is part of user interface. Forms, menu items, menus, everything is categorized and available in a particular node, inside a particular node, right? And there is a concept of models. Okay. So we will do our customization in models only. So you can see there is a different view. Like if you want to know that this object belongs to which model, or you want to see all the objects that have been created in the particular model, so there's going to be you can see using the model view, right? And this is classic view is the general view. It will hold objects belonging to any of the model, right? So this is how this product is built and this product works.